Oh, shoot. Hang on. I don't know why, but I cannot see the screen at all. So I'm hoping it adjusts. I'm putting my watch on. Why can I see my screen? This happened when I went live with Andale. It's like my computer doesn't adjust to the lighting or something. Y'all bear with me just a minute. Why is it doing this? Let's see. Really? Really? So I'm about to sit here in the dark. This guy. When I turn my light off, I can see my screen, but I know that you can't see me, right? Well, maybe I can turn this light off. This is terrible. I can't even see. How am I supposed to put my makeup on when I can't even see? Do y'all know what we call that? Look, I'm fancy. I got my Snead's Farmhouse logo. I'm moving up in the world. Okay, why would I not be able to see my screen when my light is on? You see my dog? That's my ghost that's in my room. Okay, I'm gonna try to turn the light on again. Can't see nothing. Okay, maybe it's gonna take a minute to adjust. So I can't see anything but a black screen. So let me get my stuff out and then maybe we can get started. I don't know. I may not even be able to get ready and I may have to go to the kitchen. Jeez. It's my kind of morning. Can't see anything. When I turn the light off, can y'all see me? Or is it too dark? Is it dark or can you see me? Okay, Diane says she can see me. But how am I supposed to put on? You know what? It's probably a morning that I probably shouldn't even put on my makeup and curl my hair. Let's just forget it. Maybe this is God's way of telling me that this morning you do not need to get ready because you are a trainer. Okay. It's sort of dark. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to get my Kool-Aid and we're going to go to the kitchen. So hang on just a minute. Don't be judging what my house looks like because my husband's not home. And let me go to the kitchen. Hang on. I don't know why my computer is doing this. It didn't do it last night when I was live. Give me a second. Let me put this right here and turn on the light. It's still dark. Let me turn this other on. My power bill is going to be $800 trying to go live so I can see. Is it light enough? It's still dark. I don't know. Okay. Can y'all see me okay? The light's better. Okay. Y'all, my life has been it's been a total train wreck. First of all, let me just tell you how this morning started. Do y'all have your protein? I'm enjoying my Kool-Aid, but I do miss my caffeine. Just saying. Okay, you can see me. Hey, Shane left on Friday. So I've been here by myself with my stepfather. And so I have done I have been stuck on I do everything around here. Like, I do everything with my farm. Shane doesn't do crap. It's me. It's me, 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 me. Okay. And Shane walked out the door Friday, and the whole entire world just came crumbling down. Like, everything that could happen could happen. And like, I needed Shane so bad. And I called him on Friday. I mean, Saturday or Sunday, and I said, "Listen here, Joker, I need you in my life. Like, we need to sell our other property. We have property in near Greenville, and Shane went there to clean up, and I was like, we need to sell that property because I need you with me 24/7." Because my life completely falls apart when you are gone. Do you ever feel like that? Like, your husband goes out of town and then you're like, the sink breaks and the toilet overflows and like everything just happens and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. So that is it. Okay. So he left on Friday. Saturday morning, I got up and I'm trying to I'm trying to get my stepdad to be more active. He is very inactive. And I asked him if he would cut the grass. Okay. And he cuts grass when he goes home. So I knew that he could do that. And it's on a tractor. He loves being on a tractor. So he got on the tractor Saturday morning to cut the grass, and the belt fell off the tractor. And he goes into complete panic mode because he's broken the tractor, right? Like, he's upset, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't let the chickens out yet. And I have a tour at 10 o'clock, and he is a train wreck because the tractor's broke, and he's broke the tractor, and Shane's going to be mad at him, and which is not true. And so I'm at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, I am trying to put the belt on the tractor. Thank God for YouTube. I'm like, YouTube, how do you put a belt on a tractor? And I'm Googling, and I'm trying to do this by myself. And I'm having a meltdown myself at this point. I'm like, I cannot put the belt on the tractor. So then I have to call my neighbor and go, hey, Shane's out of town. Could you come help me? So him and I together put the belt on the tractor. So then I'm rushing out there to let the animals out because I have a tour, and the tour shows up like 30, 45 minutes early. So then that throws me all off whack because I'm having to do farm chores in the morning, and I've got somebody in the driveway. And then she goes in labor. He's just a total train wreck Saturday. I mean, it was like all these emotions were going through me because I was super excited that she was in labor, because y'all know the anticipation that I've been building up to have piglets. Like, I've been so excited, and like, I couldn't wait. And then it gets here, and everything was going smooth at first. And then, she spits one out that's dead, and I'm doing CPR. And then, thank God I had people here, because if I wouldn't have had help, I would have been trying to do CPR, trying to deal with Dexter and Leroy coming to see. It was just crazy. And then y'all saw my last video of me trying to figure out, because she did not have the babies where she was supposed to have them. And Leroy is doing he is doing donuts, like running around doing donuts around where she's had her babies. So then at that point, I'm like, I'm here by myself, right? I'm here by myself. I've got my stepdad that almost passed out from cutting the grass. I come inside to get a drink, and my dad is laying on the sofa, like I thought he was passing out. And she's in labor. And if Kayla and her aunt wouldn't have been here, she was out there with while I'm inside getting a drink and out using the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God, my dad's passed out on the couch. What am I going to do now? She's in labor. My dad's on the couch. It was just just crazy. So Leroy was doing donuts, and I'm thinking, what do I do? Like, I can't leave the door open because Leroy is getting under the fence because it's just, I can't even explain. So then I hadn't even told y'all this. Okay, there's more to the story. All right, so Sunday morning comes and I did the video and I go out there and there's 2 dead and there's 1 dead that's under Shishi that I have to pull out. So 3 babies have died Sunday morning. And I was like, I have got to get Shishi out of this barn and over there because over there has fencing up where no animals can get to her. So I called for help and someone came and helped me get Shishi to the place where I needed her. Well, everything was going absolutely fantastic. Like I was out there with her till about 2:00. So then this is another I need my husband moment. The animals are out of hay, right? I'm scared crapless to get on the big tractor to put out hay by myself. I have yet to tackle learning how to put the hay out with the tractor, the big tractor. I can ride the little tractor, but the gigantic tractor okay, if you can only imagine me on a tractor by myself trying to go into a pasture where there's multiple animals, trying to get the animals not to go out. I have a meltdown. I just have a meltdown. So then the only thing I knew to do is to call and go get square bales because I can handle square bales. So I get in the truck at 2:00 on Sunday. Everything's going smooth. No babies have died. Like everything, I've got Shishi moved to the pen. Like everything's going fantastic. And I leave the farm and I have help. And me and my helper, Jessica, get in the truck to go get bales of hay so I can put them out for the animals because Shane wasn't going to be home until Tuesday. So I go and get the hay. I get it out. Everything's fine. And then Jessica starts screaming, "Get over here. She's late on another baby." So I get over there and there is a baby under, and it's the biggest piglet out there. She's laid on it and killed it. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm in complete like disarray. So now we're down to 5 piglets. We started out with 10. We're down to 5. And I was like, this is not working. What do I do? And what is going wrong? Like I was told that pigs are bad about this, but what have I done wrong? Like what the heck am I supposed to do? So I get on the phone with my vet. And of course, when I put the video out there, people are sending me messages. Judy, you're supposed to put up a barrier, like you're supposed to put up a corner barrier for them to have babies because the babies go to the heat lamp. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Y'all are all sending me this messages. Like, thank you so much because people are trying to help me. But I'm like, y'all, I don't have power out there. So what happens is when a pig has babies, you put up this barrier, apparently, where the piglets can go under it and they go towards a heat lamp. That's what attracts them to go up under that to get away from mom, to go towards the heat lamp. Because this is wonderful to find out this after she has babies. But apparently, what I've learned is piglets can't regulate their body temperature for 2 weeks. Okay. Well, you would think living in Alabama, it is 100 degrees out here. So I thought the pigs are warm enough, right? That's what I thought because it's 100 something. The heat index is like 130. But pigs can't regulate their body temperature at the first 2 weeks they're born. So therefore, they were cuddling up under mama to get warm. And mama was getting her big old fat butt sitting down, and then the piglets are under her and they were dying. So again, people were sending me messages about building a barrier for the piglets, and I'm like, thank you, but guess what? I don't have power out there to put a heat lamp, so the babies are not going to go under towards the heat lamp. And I felt like I am the worst farm person in the whole wide world. And I felt like just going, farming is not for me, and I'm giving up. I will never do this again, is what I felt like on Sunday. And so I called Dr. Harney, my vet, and I was like, what the heck do I do? Like, what do I do? And I felt frustrated because it's funny that people were messaging me left and right on what to do. And I'm like, could y'all not have told me this beforehand? Like could we not have figured out what to do before she had babies? Because um no one told me that they had to have heat lamps. And then my brain goes, okay, well, what does people do that don't have heat lamps? Like, what do they do? And so, like, all these things were happening, and I was just being bombarded about all this stuff. And I was like, I got to stop reading comments and stop reading my text messages because everyone's sending me the same thing. And at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for my animals. So I called the vet and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? She has now killed 4 babies by sitting on them. And the biggest baby was up under her. So you cannot tell me, because the piglet was huge. How does she not feel the baby move? But probably what happened is what the vet told me is you can imagine a little bitty piglet that's a day old and a 300-pound weight hits them. It crushes them immediately. So it's not like she's suffering and killing them. No, they are dead on impact. So the vet said, you're going to have to take them from Shishi. And I was just like, oh my God, are you serious? Because all I can think about is like a human mother, and if someone took away our baby, can you imagine for 5 seconds how that person would feel? So I am relating to Shishi going, oh gosh, she carried these babies for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days, and now I'm taking them from her. And I was like, this is horrible. This is horrible. And then I was like, I can't let her free range because I cannot let her get pregnant again. No more, no fences, just friends. Those days are over. So I brought all 5 piglets in the house. And luckily, I do have experience with piglets. Freddie was 1 week old when I got him, and I raised him by myself in the house. So I knew exactly what to do. And all these people were telling me, including my vet, were telling me to bottle feed. I was going to have to bottle feed 5 piglets every 2 hours with me by myself. How in the world would I do that? How in the world would I do that? Like, one person has to bottle feed 5 piglets every 2 hours. That means, and I said, how long do I have to do this? For a couple of weeks. Okay, well, physically, there's one of Judy, and there's no way that I can bottle feed 5 piglets every 2 hours. So what am I going to do? So I got myself together and I did a little bit of research, and I was like, well, I didn't bottle feed Freddie. Freddie ate out of a pan from the time I got him. And the reason he did that is because the lady before me, that's what she did. And so I just did what she did, and Freddie was fine. So I went, luckily, part of having a medicine cabinet and having animals is having backup. And I have goat milk stored in my medicine cabinet for if babies were born and I had to supplement or whatever. So I run to the cabinet real quick and I mix up the goat milk. And I brought all 5 babies in my garage with a heat lamp. And can I tell you, those piglets, the second they got that heat lamp, were totally different. They were like wiped out of sleep and love and life under that heat lamp. Um, so I had this pan for Queso, my tortoise, to take a bath in. And what it is, it's a plant that, you know how when you water a plant, it catches the water, that big pan that's up under a flower pot. Well, I have one of those and I cleaned it off and I put milk in it. And I got the piglets and I put them into the pan and I was taking my finger and wiping the milk on there. They were slopping up that milk like no tomorrow. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. God, thank you. So the great thing is a piglet needs about 2 ounces every 2 hours. And there's 5 piglets. So that's 10 ounces. So I went and mixed up enough formula for them to take a couple of feedings at a time. So I was able to feed them about 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. And then I set my alarm clock to get up early this morning and go feed them. And it worked out perfect. So I think it's going to be fine. She, when I went out there last night, she could care. She didn't seem to care. She wasn't like running around searching for them. She was fine. And so this is what I did by myself. I put all the animals up last night in the barn, including Boyfriend. I got all the animals in the barn. Freddie was out. So I decided Freddie has been castrated. And I put Freddie in there with Shishi. They've always been together since they were 6 weeks old. So Freddie has been castrated. So I put Freddie and Shishi in the pig pen together, locked the door so Boyfriend could not get to her, and she had comfort with Freddie. So Freddie and Shishi have been reunited, and they're living in the house together without the piglets. So I was thinking today, should I take the piglets out there and let them nurse off Shishi? The vet told me that 24 hours is enough time to be with mom to get enough colostrum. So I was thinking, should I do that? But I feel like that would be kind of torturous in a way, to like take them away from her, and to give them to them and take her away. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to do it all night long. And physically with me, I can't. My farm is in the back of my property. So that means I would have to carry 6 piglets to Shishi every 2 hours and let them nurse off her. I'm one person, and there's no way that I can do that. So the moral to the story is Judy will be raising 5 piglets by herself, and it's going fine, and it'll be fine. This morning, the piglets were doing great. I fed them this morning. They're eating wonderful. They're loving the heat lamp. It's not the most ideal situation. The ideal situation would be for them to be with Shishi. But I run the risk of her sitting on more. And there's 2 of them that are runts, and they are tiny. And I know that she would sit on them. If she'll sit on the big ones, she's going to sit on the small ones because she's sure ain't going to feel them. So I've learned a lot. I've learned the hard way. And I told Shane, I said, my dream, and I think it's okay to dream this. I'll read y'all's comments in a minute, but I hope, if God wants this farm to continue, I hope that he blesses me that I can move and have 50 acres somewhere with grass, so I can rotate pastures and I can have a big area for pigs to have babies with electricity, because where I thought I was doing everything right, I thought, I'm sorry, I'm tearing up. I thought I was doing everything right. Like, I provide them a good home, they get top quality feed, they get the best hay I can buy. Like, I spend thousands of dollars to feed these animals top dollar feed and the top dollar hay. I mean, I don't cut corners when it comes to their nutrition. Them free ranging, I thought that's what seems great to me, is to free range them, and that's good for their health, and they're teaching them to get along and all that stuff. And that is a good thing. But my life's changing. I've had the farm for 5 years, and you can't have boys and girls together all the time. Like, we can't be one happy family and constantly have my girls bred. That does not work. And in the situation that I'm in now, in the pasture that I have, keeping Dexter and my buck, my male goat, and boyfriend on one side is not very big. And then keeping all the girls on this side is not very big. And it's just like, it's not that does not sound fun to me, for this animal to be locked up in a little bitty cage. And it's not little, but it's little for a cow. And so I hope that one day, I don't know if I hit the lottery. Do I play the lottery? I'm not a lottery person. But maybe one day God will bless this farm and we can move to an area where maybe I can have pigs one day, but I will never breed her again here on this property, because I will never do that again. I will never breed a pig without a heat lamp. I will tell you that. I will not do it. And I would like to try to breed Shishi again one day. But, and this might be a situation, you know how you're like 9 months pregnant and you go into labor and it's the worst pain you've ever felt in your entire life. And the first thing you say is, I will never do this again. I can remember having Corbin, and I was in labor forever, and it was a pain like no tomorrow. And I was like, when I had him, I was like, I will never do this again. I will never get pregnant. But then as time goes on, you kind of forget about the hard times, because the blessing is so much better than the hard times, and you kind of forget about it, and then you find yourself pregnant again. I don't know if that will happen, and maybe I'll get over this, and maybe I don't know. But as of right this minute, I had this anticipation of what it was going to be like. It was going to be so great to have piglets. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much one, like, oh, like I was building up this anticipation that everything's going to be perfect, when everything was not perfect. Like, everything that could go wrong went wrong, and it's hard. And this is part of having a farm, is dealing with things like this. And gosh, it's hard to see the comments because it's so dark. I'm having a hard time reading the comments. I don't know why my screen's so dark. Anyway, it's been hard, and I miss my husband. He's coming home today, but I have totally missed him, and I have got to learn to drive the tractor and get over my fears. He was like, Judy, what are you scared of? And I was like, this is not a little tractor. It's probably one of the biggest tractors you can buy. It's huge, because you have to have a really big tractor to pick up a roll of hay. And I'm afraid of tumping over. That's what I'm afraid of. Like, I get in there and I feel tense, and I'm afraid of just flipping, because what I'm going to have to do is, first of all, learn how to go in the pasture with all the animals by myself. That is a nightmare. That right there, without even getting on the track, that is a nightmare within itself to go, okay, the first thing I have to do is go put up all the animals in the barn. Well, it's a process. It ain't easy. It is not easy. And I can put all the animals in the barn, but Dexter and Dee Dee are not used to eating in the barn. So for them to put them up would be difficult. All the animals are used to going in the barn to be fed. But I'd have to block off the fence, then get off the get on the tractor, drive to get the hay. Pick up the hay, drive to the fence. Get off the tractor, put the animals up, open the fence. Get off the tractor, close the fence. Get off the tractor, open the other fence. Get off the tractor, close the fence. Get off the tractor. Go, because I have to pick the hay loft up to move it. And so it's like you're going to get on, and if I do it by myself, I'm going to get on and off this tractor probably, no joke, at least 7 or 8 times with animals in my pasture, and the risk the animals running out of the pasture. It's just I have fear, and I think it's because we are not set up and equipped for things like this, because we have 17 acres and we're not on level property. So our fencing is not level, and it's just been a total train wreck. But we're doing the very best we can with what we have. And for the people that sent me text messages and messages on the comments and stuff like that about do this, try this. Thank you. Thank you for giving me all the advice in the world, because I know that your messages are from your heart. You mean well by sending me all the messages, because you're trying to help me from miles, hundreds and thousands of miles away. And I appreciate you. I really do, because I know you're trying to help me. And I was reading comments this morning, and this one lady said something about the reason she didn't build a nest is because you don't have the stuff. And I found myself getting so defensive, and I was like, are you kidding me? I literally went in my yard to pick up sticks and put them over there with her to make sure she had enough hay and enough sticks to build her nest. And she was telling me kind of what I was doing wrong and the reason she didn't build a nest. And I found myself just getting mad. And then I went, Judy, she doesn't mean any harm by what she's saying. She doesn't mean she is a subscriber, and she is trying to help you. And sometimes, it's like, sometimes comments come across wrong, especially if you've got so much stress on you. You find yourself, when people start telling you what to do, you find yourself going, oh, well, really, Joker? Well, I tell you what, you come here and do what I do, and then let me know how you do it. It's like you find yourself doing that, and that's so wrong. That's so wrong of me, because I do not believe people intentionally attack people. I don't. I mean, I guess there are people like that, but I choose to believe the good in people. And I do believe that the comments that I was getting there was good intention. It came across wrong, but I do believe that people comment for good intentions. Like the lady talking about my hair. She told me basically I was a grease bag. Okay. And I think that, if things went back, I think she was trying to go, girl, if you're going to go live, you need to get yourself presentable. I think she was trying to probably help me, but like when she didn't say I was a grease bag, she just said it looked like I hadn't washed my hair in 3 days, and then my hair looked greasy. And I'm like, I it made me laugh because I was like, it was pure sweat. It wasn't even it wasn't that my hair was greasy. I was pouring sweat. And I chuckled when I read her message because I was like, she has no idea. She has no idea. And I kid and say I have Cynthia hair. And then someone sent me a message and told me that she was offended because her name was Cynthia, and that I was offending her because I was saying my hair was Cynthia hair and her name was Cynthia, and I was offending her. And then she said, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Apparently, somewhere along the line, I said Susie Q. I don't know. And I offended her because I said Susie Q because her name was Susie. And I was like, well, that was not my intentions to go, okay, this lady's name's Susie, and I'm fixing to bash her and call one of my chickens Susie Q. You know what I mean? Like, that was not my intentions. But sometimes when you text or you have a slang word or what people take offense to it. And I'm here to say, I'm guilty of doing the same thing. I'm a guilty of reading comments and feeling attacked, you know, and I just feel like that at the end of the day that we have to see the good in people and um and be gentle, because I do not believe I feel like, especially on YouTube, I'm I'm building a following. I'm building people that um are not judgmental towards me. I'm building a team, a backup dancers, not a team. I'm building friendships. And when you build friendships, you have to see the good in people. And you you decide whether you want to like follow a page or you, like people may follow me and go, Judy is doesn't know what she's doing. She has this farm and she has no clue what she's doing. And usually people that judge me like that are people that have had farms forever, and they think that I should be like them. And um I feel like the people that see the good in me and see my heart will stick with me. And the people that think that I'm ridiculous for laying down with my pig, talking to my pig, they'll go away. And but it takes time to build friendships. And I feel like the 140 people that are on here watching me today are my cheerleaders and my backup dancers that are going, Judy, you're doing your best. Judy, I see what you're trying to accomplish. I see your mission in your farm. You know, how you're using your farm animals to bring people together, to bring families together, to build memories with families and so forth. And I hope that people see the big picture and not this little bitty segment of, oh my gosh, she has no clue what she is doing. And I hope that you can see that I'm open for education and I'm learning. And the way, people talk, my eyes are watering, I'm not crying. People learn, and I talked about this in lives before, but people learn differently, right? Some people learn by doing and making their own mistakes. Some people learn by reading and studying. Some people learn, there's different ways people learn. And y'all know this. I'm blind in one eye. And I have hated to read my entire life because when I start, I can't read small print at all. Like me trying to read your comments right now, it's like the impossible. It is impossible because I have a disability with my eyes. And if the lighting is not right, everything looks, even with my glasses on, everything looks mush because there's not enough light. And I have a hard time. I'm not the person who can read and learn. When I get instructions in the mail, I'm like, like if I'm having to put something together, oh, it's over my head. I'm like, Shane, here. It's totally over my head. But Shane is the same way, but Shane knows how to put it together without even reading the instructions. Shane can look at pieces of, like, if we're going to put together a shelf, he can look at it and go, okay, this goes with this. And he never reads the instructions. Where I don't read the instructions and I ain't got a clue how to put it together. My brain is not smart enough to figure out how to put the shelf together. And Shane can put it together without even reading the instructions and never put it together a day in his life. And he can see it he can look at the end result and put it together. And so everyone learns differently. And I think me with my learning is where I went wrong with Shishi. First of all, I never thought she'd get pregnant because she hadn't been pregnant in 2.5 years. And I thought, well, Shishi has some kind of deformity. She can't get pregnant. That's what I thought. So I never really worried about the animals living together because I never thought she could get pregnant. And so then, bam, she's pregnant. And, you think, what did animals do in the wild? How did piglets didn't have heat lamps. Like, what do they do in the wild? And like, you think Mother Nature's just going to take its course and I don't need to intervene. Like, she's going to learn this and she's going to do this. And I could have left the piglets with her and risk the fact that she may lay on more and kill them, and she may kill them all. Like, I could have done that. But I reached out to the vet and I said, help make this decision for me. Like, am I a bad person if I take these piglets away from Shishi and she, like, am I bad? Or do I need to protect the babies and take them away from Shishi? Like, what is the right thing to do? And I could have done my research just to learn more about, like, piglets and how to, what you need to do. And I didn't, because I'm not an instruction person. I'm not one, like, I'm going to learn by calling farms. Hey, is Shishi about to have her babies? What do I look for? Okay, Judy, this is what's going to happen. You'll know when she's in labor because she's going to build a nest. And probably 10 farms told me that. Judy, she's going to build a nest. So I was waiting for her to build a nest, right? And so if, I feel like with having a farm, you almost have to learn for yourself. Like, I could have done all the research in the world. I could have, I could have asked 50 farms and they would have all told me something totally different, because pregnancy is in an animal is just like pregnancy in a woman. They're all different. Everything is different. And when she didn't build that nest, I was like, well, this ain't what I was told. I've been walking around looking for a nest every day. And, she didn't do it. And I don't know the answer to that. The only thing that I can think of is, like, I feel like petting zoo animals are kind of bougie because they're pampered and they need heat lamps and they need bougie houses because they're used to people doing for them. And, like, animals that live in the wild, like we were talking about Chestnut Hill, their pigs are used to living in the wild. They live in woods and they fend for themselves. Shishi learned how to sit. Shishi is more of a bougie pig, and she's used to getting things done for her. She's not used to having to go out and fend for herself. She's used to mama being right there with her, singing her lullabies to go to bed at night. So there's a big difference to me, and I'm using the word bougie because I don't know what other word to use, but my pigs are hands-on. My animals are hands-on, where pigs that live in the wild are not. they fend for themselves. I'm sure they do sit on them and kill them in the wild. And sometimes maybe they lose their whole litter and sometimes maybe not. Um, anyway, it's been rough. It's been rough. And um, I'm trying to juggle everything and it feels like a lot. But you know how they say that God doesn't put too much on you that you can't handle, like he gives you enough strength to handle it all. And I'm like, okay, you've given me enough, now it's time to slow down. But I have been an emotional wreck all weekend. Like every time Shane calls me, I'm bawling, and he's like, what is wrong with you? Listen, when I went to get hay yesterday, okay, we go to the same place to get hay. I never drive. Shane drives because we have a trailer, because we get like 10, 20 rolls of hay. So Shane drives the trailer and I sit in the pack. So I don't pay attention to where we're going. I depend on Shane. I just depend on Shane to get us there. Well, yesterday I was like, I don't remember how to get to the hay place. So I sent the guy a message. I said, will you send me your address? So I put his address in my maps and I start going there. And it goes, you've arrived at your destination. And I was like, this ain't where I get hay. And so then I put it in. I'm like, did I put the wrong address in? So then I put it in again. I'm like, why is my phone telling me I'm at the destination and this is not where I get hay? I start bawling. I'm like, I'm a train wreck. I'm like, if Shane was here, he would know how to go get the hay and he would know where to go. And I don't know how to do nothing. Stupid GPS. You know how you go in total left field? I am in total meltdown because I can't get to where my hay is. And she literally lives 6 minutes from me. And I was like, okay, I need to get it together. What is wrong with me? And then I remembered, oh, yeah, I'm on steroids. Steroids jack me up. And I'm like, okay, a lot that's wrong with me, and I'm not handling things well because steroid triggers my depression like there's no tomorrow. like it's terrible. It's terrible. And so I reminded myself, I have 1 day left with steroids. So I'm probably going to be a train wreck until these steroids get out of my system. But I will tell you that my ears are doing great. They've not been stopped up. The medicine's working fantastic. The steroids are screwing with me mentally, but they're working for me physically. So I'm going to deal with it. And let's see. I wish I could try. Let me try to build it. Oh, I can just, I'm reading. Hang on. Yeah, she is pampered. Yes, I believe that, Amy, about God does things to build you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be one tough cookie after all this. Pet animals are like city people. Yes, yes. Like, when I was reading comments yesterday, because when I was live with Chestnut Hill last night, I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but a lot of people were talking about city folks. And that's, another term that like may be offensive to a city folks. These country people calling us cityfied, they think we're bougie, like it can be offensive. And but there's a difference in a city person and a country person. There's obviously a huge difference, So I don't think it's a slang term to call someone a city person. I didn't feel balanced. I will tell you, Kayla is one of the followers of mine, and she lives close to me. And I got to meet her a couple of months ago because she came and toured my farm. And she was an angel to me. She was definitely sent from God to me with she, because their mother raises dogs. So they had her and her aunt were here, and they have experience with puppies being born, and they knew exactly what to do. I mean, they just came and intervened like there was no tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'm watching. It was great. Shane is off all week. He's one of those people that never takes his time, and he was about to lose a week's vacation because he never takes vacation. So he took off, and his plans were to stay at our other place and clean up for hunting season. And God love him. His wife needs him, so he's coming home. I hope he ain't grumpy when he comes home. I hope he's nice. I said, I'm fixing to start treating you differently. I'm going to treat you nicely because I thought I did everything around here, but apparently I don't. He was like, I know you think you do it all. And I go, I do. I thought I do everything. You know, trying to run social media, I'm trying to be an open farm on top of taking care of animals and taking care of my stepdad is a lot of pressure. And I was like, I flip and do everything. I do the cooking, I do the cleaning, I do the washing, I take care of the animals, I go to work every day, I do social media, I do tours, I do field trips, I go into schools. What do you do? Well, but this weekend, I have a different respect for my husband. I realize that he does majority of the stuff around here, you know, like, I mean, I do a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, you know, saying that I don't do a lot because I do a lot, but like I do things better with Shane around for sure. I need my husband. Yeah, tell me they are. Yeah, Kayla, you're correct. Hey, I want to do something. You know how people, oh, wait. I'm just going to, hey, I learned how to do it. I was wondering how people did that, or they put their messages up. But I don't know how to multitask where I can do that, hit the message, and talk at the same time. How do you get it off? I don't know how to get Judy's message off. Oh, you do hide? Oh. See, I ain't got time to be doing all that. Listen, I'm doing good to have my logo up in the corner, okay? So how have y'all been? Thank you, Eddie. Y'all know walk out there and see the babies? I have to take my computer, so bear with me. Y'all are going to die. They're so cute. But you'll get to see them in person since they're at my house. They're in my garage. Please, Judy, do not drop this computer because... Hang on, kitty. I'm going to feed you in a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, you know what? I can't turn my screen around, can I? Oh. Y'all bear with me a minute. Let me set you on the floor. Come here, piggy. Oh, you want me to tell you something that's so funny? They're all girls. All five of them are girls. But look, I want you to see little Minnie Me. Hey, you little fuss bucket. How would you like to have 5 of these? Hey, listen, nobody likes a fuzzy piggy. You are my son. Nobody likes a little fuzzy piggy. Hey, look at her. She looks just like her mama. Nobody likes a little fuzzy piggy. They scream. Freddie used to do this too. You scratch your back. You scratch your back. This is not working. Let me try to get it up. Hey, you little fuzz bucket. You little fuzzy. They're all fussy. This one is fat. Hey. You see how I'm going to have to train them? Oh, this one calm down. Would y'all like to tour my farm and come love on some pigs? Because I sure could use some help training these things. Hang on, pig. Hang on. You know that pigs are born with teeth? On my sunshine. Okay, I need all of you to book a tour to come help me because I have 5 of these jokers. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'll put them up. There's one that looks like boyfriend. I have to show you. Come on. Oh, God, that's squealing. Imagine that at 5 o'clock in the morning. This one looks like boyfriend. You look like your dad. Yeah, you do. You look just like your dad. Hey, nobody likes a fuzzy pig. Nobody likes a fuzzy piggy. Nobody likes a fuzzy. It's okay. Y'all jealous? Don't you want to be me? And have 5 screaming piglets in the background? Freddie was the same exact way when he was that size. He would scream. That does get better after a couple of weeks. So it's just a process. They don't like to be picked up, piglets. Part of me training them to be a petting zoo pig is making them get through that. Freddie eventually, he did not like it at first, but eventually they catch on, and that's what makes them so friendly, is keeping them exposed to being touched and being picked up and being loved and being cuddled and kissed and all those things is part of. And one of these are going to another petting zoo, so I'm really excited to train it for her. I'm hoping to get that pig to learn to sit before it goes to her farm. So she's a petting zoo that's about 20 minutes from me. And so I'm excited to be able to train that pig for her. So, yeah, is that crazy? They're all girls. Okay, I'm going to go back inside so I can read your messages. But here they are. I think you can see them. Can y'all see them? See them drinking out of the... I don't know. They're all drinking their milk. See, they're doing real. Okay, let me go back in here real quick. I don't know what time it is, but I got to go let the animals out in a minute. So I'm going to have my hands full. So now's a good time. Now's a good time to book a tour. maybe I do free tours from now on until these piglets get grown, so I can get some help loving on them, because they need to be trained and be loved. I had 3 of them with homes, but one of them wanted a boy, so I don't think she's gonna get it. But I think that's so. Oh, is it? Yeah, I'll have to get off of here in 5 minutes. I don't know if y'all could see well. Could y'all see the piglets well? I guess so. Y'all are saying they're adorable. But there is one thing that's good about buying babies from Snead's Farmhouse is they're so tame by the time they go to their next home, because they are been exposed to so many people and so many new people, and they've been touched and petted and loved. And so it's, when you go to purchase an animal, it makes a difference where they come from. It really does. So hopefully I plan on sneaking and keeping one of them. But I had planned on keeping a boy so I could have it fixed. But obviously fixing a girl would be a great bit. You just asked me, Jane. I'm not going to be able to keep one because I cannot have another girl, because I cannot be worrying about pregnant pigs every time I turn around. I cannot handle it. I had planned on keeping a boy and having it castrated, but there's no boys. All the boys, she sat on them and crushed them. And I was like, I feel like that too sometimes, she. Until they go away and I need them. Thanks for joining me this morning. My pages are really growing fast, and it's been a blessing. I'm real slow right now with tours, so I'm not making a lot of money right now, because there's, it's so funny how God works in mysterious ways, because normally, oh, the pigs are screaming. Normally, September and October are my fall, and normally I'm like booked with field trips, like normally, and I'm not. And I was like, oh Lord, my dad's. I'll tell you that in a minute. Anyway, I'm not booked right now, and I was like, what is the deal? Like, I'm always. Is it because school just started? But I think it's a blessing, because my dad's having 2 surgeries. In the next couple of, in the next 4 weeks, Larry's having 2 surgeries. And they're both, one of them is skin cancer right here, but it is huge. And I'm sure that's going to be awfully painful right there. And it is that big on his hand. So we have to go to Birmingham to have surgery. So he's doing a biopsy right now to see if it's in his bloodstream, because he's had the cancer for so long and he's been untreated, because he told me he's always had it and I didn't realize it was cancer. So I think God's actually slowing me down, which is a good thing. And what's happening is I'm slowing down on my farm, but my social media is raising like crazy. So the offset is helping me pay for my feed, and I'm not feeling like I'm drowning. Like, usually when I get slow, I start getting fearing like, why is no one coming? What's going on? I'm not going to be able to pay for my feed and all this stuff. But I've been blessed so much with social media that I'm been able to not worry about it. And so you 166 people that are watching right now are helping me pay my feed bill. And I always tell you, and I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me really good. Hang on. My dad's right here. Okay. When you watch, a lot of people don't understand how you get paid on social media. And so I've said this in, I don't know, a couple of videos ago. So I want you to understand how we get paid. We don't get paid on YouTube by subscribers. Like, I have 15,400 subscribers. I don't get paid for that. I get paid when you watch my videos. I get paid when you watch, like when you watch the videos and ads pop up, it gets on my nerves to watch the ads. But if you watch the ads, I get paid more money versus you watching my video because I get paid by the people that are putting ads on my page. So when you watch the ads, our creators get paid more money when you watch the ads. When you watch my live videos, I get paid for that. I get paid when you like and comment and share and all that. So like, I don't want you that sometimes people send me messages and they're saying, Judy, I'm on a limited income. I wish I could donate to your farm because you're a sanctuary and you do so much, and I wish I could donate to your farm. I want you to know that if you are the 170 people that are watching right now, you're helping pay for my feed. So don't ever feel like, oh, I wished I could donate. You are. Baby girl, baby boy, you are donating to my farm by following me and watching me. So don't ever shortchange yourself and say, I can't because I can't send to her because I don't make enough money. You are sending to me by watching me. You are sending to me by sending comments and liking my videos. You are contributing to me being able to give back to my community. And I thank you for that. So don't ever shortchange yourself and make yourself feel like you're not doing anything for my farm, because you are. And I thank you. All right. Rolly's over here crying, ready for me to, I don't know, love on. What do you want? Hang on. She wants to see y'all. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Take a look. These ain't nothing but a bunch of weenies. These are Shane's babies, okay? These little Dachshunds right here are, stop. I don't want no kisses. They're rotten. They sleep, when Shane's not here, they sleep with me. Otherwise, I'm nothing, and Shane is everything. Let me put them down. I'll get you in a minute. Your daddy's coming home today. Those animals love Shane. I don't have a dog. I do not have a dog at all. They sleep with Shane. They love on Shane. And when he's gone, they give me some attention. Otherwise, they're Shane's dogs. Anyway, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the encouragement you give me each and every day. Sometimes when you feel like giving up, I hope that I encourage you to keep going and keep dancing, because when you watch my videos, you keep me encouraged and dancing. I worked so hard on my last video. And then I watched it and there's a black space in it. And I was like, what in the world? Why is there a black space in this video? I was so frustrated because I worked so hard to edit that video, because it takes a long time to edit a video. I just want you to know that it's not a quick process. And I was so proud of myself for editing. I was like, oh, Judy, you've come so far. Your videos are getting better. They're getting better. And then there's a big blank video. And I'm like, people probably thought my video was over and probably ended the video. And there was a whole second half of the video. I have no idea why it was a black screen. Hang on just a minute. You leaving? Okay.
Change coming on, women.
I'm okay by myself.
Oh, I know.
I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl.
I'm gonna go home.
You can go home and mow grass?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for helping mow my grass.
And I really
Come right here for a minute. This is my dad, Larry. They've been praying for you for your surgeries that you've been having.
I appreciate it.
He helps take care of me around here. This is who took care of my mom for 11 years. So, all right.
And I miss her.
text me when you get home to let me know
Okay.
you're
I'm
okay.
gonna get groceries, so it will take
Okay.
that long.
Well, just text me, let me know you got made it home okay.
Okay, and I really enjoyed the time with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
And if you want to go eat again, you just call me.
I'll call you when I'm ready to eat. Maybe we can go to what's the place in Bluntsville? Top Hat.
Okay.
Maybe we can meet for lunch. You know, I'm not working during the week anymore, so maybe we can go eat lunch one day.
Okay.
All right. And when your doctor calls me about your biopsy,
That's getting a lot better.
It has to be. It's going to have to be surgically removed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye bye. It's so hard. It's so hard. He goes back and forth. He'll come here for a while. He used to stay here all the time, but now he has a home and he goes back and forth. He'll go home for a couple of days, come here for a couple of days, and it helps keep him active and he's not sitting at home all the time. And so anyway, all right. Today you have two choices. First of all, it's Monday. You can start over, right? We always say we're going to start over on Monday. So that's why I decided to go live on Mondays, because today is Monday and you can make a baby step to get you to where you're the best image of yourself that you can be. And sometimes, you know, in life, things get in the way, right? Birth goes a disaster, or you've got stress of a loved one or whatever. And the most important thing that you can do for your loved one is to take care of you. And the best version of you looks different from the best version of me. We all look totally different. We all have different talents in our life. We all give back in a different way. And today, when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. And by dancing, if you're just joining me for the first time, when I say I want you to go dance, is because I want you to go make a difference. Because sometimes we get stuck on our own crap. And poor me, poor me, poor me. My life's terrible. The holidays are coming up. I don't have a family. My sister's mean to me, blah, blah, blah. We get stuck on our own crap. And when you dance and go make a difference in making someone else happy, like whatever you're needing from other people, if you go give it to someone else, you'll get blessed. So today, I hope that you dance. And I thank you guys for joining me this morning. And my lives are Monday and Wednesday mornings at 7. I'm proud of myself. I've done it, a week in a day now. I've made sure you actually got extra videos this week because of She. But I put out my videos on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I go live on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I'll see you Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. Go grab your Kool-Aid and we'll chat. See you next time. I love y'all with all my heart. Bye-bye.